What up, what up, what up? Hello, everyone. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. Yes, I am not Andy. I don't look like Andy. I don't sound like Andy. But I'm here. Why? Because Andy's on holiday. Another holiday this week, and he thought it was a really good idea for me to look after the channel again with my awesome co-host. Lewis is in the house, everyone.
Woo! What's up, Popcorn Planet? Stefania, seeing all the crazy and fun people in the chat already. Wow, that looks amazing, man. One day I want my channel to be this popping with so many cool and positive people. Press that thumbs up button. Share the crap out of this video. You know what I'm saying? Make Andy proud of what we do here so we don't get fired. Damn it.
Pretty much. Pretty pleased.
Yeah.
With a cherry on top. Just to remind everyone, for those that aren't the regulars, for me it's just past 2 o'clock in the morning in the UK, so I'm speaking a little bit more on the quieter, sexy ASMR British voice because my partner is next door asleep and I don't really want to be waking him up because he can get a bit grumpy then. So how are you doing?
And I'm loud as usual with an obnoxious voice. I don't care what time it is. I want my partner to be up and lose sleep so she could beat my ass because I'm into that.
Apart from that, how are you doing, Lewis?
I'm doing great, man. You know what? I'm sweating my off here in Los Angeles. Again, I'm inside the studio and the equipment's making it even hotter, but nothing as hot as Arizona. Shout out to people who were in Arizona this weekend. I met over there at Mad Monster. It was a blast. We got some exclusive news from there too. We could talk a little bit about it as well, the horror convention. So,
well, how did that go?
Oh, it was wonderful. I was at they're having it at the Glendale, Arizona Hotel, I believe the name it is, or something like that. You can Google it, madmonsterparty.com. We got some exclusives there. We talked to PJ Souls from Halloween with some of the cast of Scream was in the house. The original Hellraiser was there. Awesome cosplay. You know, one thing I'll tell you, Stefania, and maybe people that are watching would understand or have seen, when you go to regular cons, you see like the people, they're trying to cosplay and they're trying to make themselves beautiful and sexy. And the main difference between the cosplayers there and the cosplayers at a horror convention is that you'll see the most beautiful woman blow herself up with blood splattered and vomit all over the place. It's wonderful.
It's sounds like my kind of exception. Before we crack on though, really just to acknowledge the chat, hello to a lot of you beautiful people out there. Will Morris, hello my friend. Maximilian Newmark, one of them Popcorned Planeteers, members of the channel, hello. Pastor Yoda, I saw your name and I just thought that's so awesome, so I had to shout you out. Opinions and Beer Network, another Popcorned Planeteer member, hello. We've also got a few super chats to get on with already. Keep those super chats coming in, guys. If you want to donate to Andy in any other way to help support the channel and help fund him further so we can give you more exclusives like the Fantastic Four casting that he just released recently. And I do know, but I'm not going to say anything, but privileged information, there is another exclusive coming your way in the next 48 hours, guys. So make sure you turn those notification bells on and you subscribe, because I promise you, this next exclusive that's going to come your way, you don't want to miss it, guys. I guarantee you that. Galliot Productions, though. Hello. Thank you very much for your super chat. He says, sent you some 6 stories plus trailer scoop. Well, firstly, in honor of Andy,
I'd buy that for $1.
There we go. I'd definitely buy that for $1. I presume you sent that mate directly to Andy's Twitter handle, because I checked the Popcorned Planet Twitter handle, and I've we haven't received the message there. So if you sent it directly to Andy, Andy's Twitter handle, he'll have got it, he'll have read it, but I don't have access to that, so sorry about that, Galliot. But if you do want to resend it to @PopcornedPlanet to our handle, I do have access to that, and we can have a look at it then if you'd like. If I just scroll a little bit more further down, Diamond Knight 76 sent a $2 super chat. Thank you very much. And it's just really a nice little sticker saying "Hey you." So yeah, hey you back, hey up, my friend. Thank you very much. We also have another super chat from a spectator, and he says, "Steph, you're so beautiful, and it's so good to see you smile after such a bad day I had." Oh, no way! I'm so sorry that you've had a bad day. My goodness. I'm kind of honoured though that you feel like me just being here and this stream makes you smile a little bit. Definitely hits home when, you guys say that to us. So even though you've had a bad day, and I'm really, really sad and sorry that you've had that bad day, hey, things are looking up. You've got me, and you've got Lewis as well.
Yeah, and trust me, just because we're on here, we're the hosting these shows, doesn't mean we don't have bad days. So you all having a good day and having a bad day is normal. So don't feel like you're being the only one having a bad day. We've had several bad days, trust me, but it's our job to kind of show you the fun times. So maybe we could lift you up in our community here, but there's plenty of bad days. So don't never feel excluded or feel like you're the only one having a bad day and stuff like that. But we appreciate you opening up to us.
Yeah, and I hope your day gets even better, my friend. But we've got another $2 chat from Galliot Productions. Damn, I look really stupid.
No.
Don't be silly. No way. No. Let's no, you don't look really stupid. You look unique. I look unique. Lewis looks unique in his own cute.
I think he's referring to that he sent the links to the wrong Twitter. Not because he didn't know Andy was around. But no, it's all right, man. I mean, this is Andy's channel, so he trusts us with it, and he didn't really make it very public that he was not going to be here this week. So all good. No,
I don't even think he mentioned it once in the previous videos. So all the lives, it was just But there we go. You've got us instead. But no, you see, I took that. I'm an idiot. I take things very literal, but Lewis kind of got the context of it. So thank you very much. But no, you're not. No, dude, no, you're not stupid at all. You've sent it directly to Andy's Twitter. Absolutely fair enough. It's just I don't have access to it, so I won't be able to reference it or all like that. But we do still appreciate your super chat, mate.
Stefania, just so you know, there's another Galliant Productions update. She is saying that they sent them to the other Twitter, so that's dope. Thank you very much for that.
Okay then.
Another super chat. Thank you.
Hang on a minute. Let me just. Okay. I think I've got them. Sweetness. Ooh. Hang on. Really, Galliot Productions? Interesting. I will definitely keep an eye out for that trailer and let Andy know about it. That is definitely interesting. Some of these though look. Ooh. we might just touch on one of these articles that you've sent as well towards the end. But again, thank you very much for your super chats. Keep bringing them in, because even though Andy is away, we still like to support our man where we can. The man, the myth, the legend that brings the exclusives, the entertainment to you right in front of your eyeballs. As he says, 2-drink minimum if you can. And we have the one Cho who's just become a Popcorned Planeteer and has just joined. Thank you, Ancho. If you haven't already, you can, he has his own channel called The Ravens Flock. Get yourselves on there if you want to have all information about wrestling, the Black Files, Los Amigos play. They've just finished playing Super Mario 64, and I love the N64, so they're into a little bit of their retro game, so it's Steph approved. Get yourselves over there. And hello, Adan is in the house from Nerd Tots. Hello, how are you doing, my friend?
Doing good. How's everybody doing tonight? It's looking like an excellent crowd here.
It's not bad, is it?
Did you put that bass on the mic, or what the hell's going on?
I don't know.
Did puberty already? What's that? Now, Don's never sounded this deep. It's like
I've been drinking more coffee, having later nights. Might be just catching up with me.
I don't know. It sounds like a Don Freeman to me.
I have never heard a Don speak like this before. This is, do you know what? I say that I've got a sexy British ASMR voice. I'm sorry, but Adan is sounding very sexy at the moment.
Speaking of sexy, we have Popcorn Planet talking in the chat. Greetings from DC. So grateful for you guys keeping things moving. I believe that's Mr. Signore himself in the comments.
Hey,
The one and only
Andy. Hey up, Andy. How's it going, mate? Yeah, we're holding the fort down for you as best as possible. I cannot promise you'll have a channel to come back to when you get back from holiday, but we shall try. But before we crack on, you guys, more super chats. Keep them coming. Yay. 2-drink minimum. Let's support Andy whilst he's still away. Bunda, hello, my friend. He says, I've had a bad day also. Lewis is not making it any better. He's hideous. Feo. What is he referencing there?
Fail. Ugly.
Oh. Bunda's just upset because he didn't get to spend some quality time on the 4th of July with me and my brother and my fams.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, anyone.
We missed you too, Bunda.
After 7:00, man, you guys drop a $100 super chat and I'll leave.
All for 2 seconds. He'll be back.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But Matthew Lagasse, hopefully I pronounced that right. I'm bad with pronunciation. I'm absolutely rubbish at it. But he's just sent another, we've got another super chat from him. $5 super chat.
I'd buy that for
and
$1.
He mentions, if I had to rank them, 1, Steph's voice, number 2, Morgan Freeman's. Dude, someone is ranking my voice ahead of Morgan Freeman's. Am I actually, like, is this reality right now? Wow. Why, thank you. Much appreciated. You want to hear more of my voice? Super chat some more. If you don't want to hear more of my voice, still super chat. Why the heck not? We've got Jean Rick, another super chat, $4.99. Thank you very much. And it's just a little sticker saying keep it up. Ah, ain't that cute?
Oh my God. Look at
Who
this.
have we got?
The one and only.
The one and only.
He
Hey,
can't
Andy.
stay away.
You're supposed to be on holiday. What are you doing?
We had such a holiday day, and I'm just sitting at home, and we're watching Trash Truck on Netflix. Have you guys ever heard of this kid show?
No, I have not.
Nope.
No.
Oh my God, it's adorable. My son Diego, what's up, dude? we worked so much and walked so much. We're all just zoned out watching a show. So I thought I could call in for a minute. It's like a kid that has a best friend who's a trash truck, and it's on Netflix, and it's adorable. It's like I wish when I was a kid. It's a huge trash truck that talks and smiles.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Could you aim the camera again to the screen?
Hold on. I can do it. Did I lose you?
No,
Yeah,
I
we
just
got
saw
we
your-
got you.
I was just looking at your Sasquatch feet.
How do I switch? Oh yeah, there we go.
It was like
This
the
is-
world
this is,
before cars came into existence.
Can I go? Yeah, it's like Cars but cute. Hold on. Wait, I go sideways here. I'm such a zoomer. That's Trash Truck. There he is. Here comes Trash Truck. He's got a raccoon friend and a bear who's voiced by Kevin from The Office. He's Kevin from The Office. And they're going to the movies. And see, there's Trash Truck. Trash Truck is carrying popcorn. I can't tell if the trash kids. Is the trash truck? Does everyone see the trash truck?
Yeah, we do.
But he's like the cutest trash truck. See there, and he's carrying stuff, and somehow he always fits everywhere. They kind of just expect you to be cool with it. You see, somehow he's just gonna fit through.
I mean, it actually looks like you would fit.
There he is. He just fit through the door.
Just blocking all the people's movies.
Oh, Alpha Guard. How about props to Alpha Guard who just sent $25 to Cash App?
Nice.
I'd buy that.
Definitely
for
buy that for $1,
I'm
guys.
talking about a trash truck's in the movie theater, so how fitting for our channel. Anyway, that's what I'm watching.
I love the way you have a trouble with trash truck fitting everywhere, but no problem with it having eyes and probably talking. That's fine. But God forbid it goes through doors.
That's okay. Yes. That's okay. Of course that's okay.
Yeah.
Like maximum overdrive.
Isn't that fun in DC? Guys, DC is very fun. Anyway, I was just dropping in to say thank you to everybody. Lewis, Don, Steph, you guys are the best.
Oh,
Thanks, man.
you're the best as well, man.
You guys are, and Alpha Guard, what a generous, amazing donation. So thank you, man.
Thank you. And thank you to everyone else that's been extremely generous. So we've got Maximilian UK 92, who's just tipped $2.01. He mentioned RDJ is still following his fellow Marvel Castroke fam on Twitter. He's just using his Instagram for his organisation Footprint Coalition he founded in 2019. Now, we'll get onto that in a few moments.
Is it? I don't know if I buy it, Steph. I bet you there's drama.
I bet you there's a little bit of drama as well. Yes, let's play up the drama. One thing that I noticed in the chat, Bleach Killer 419, he says, "Love you, Andy. These be the new ScreenJunkies crew."
Yeah, so much better, right, guys?
Booyah.
How about in the chat? Throw some love. This crew.
Moody Argoal sent $5 super chat. Will you cover the casting of Craven Moorhead as Mephisto in Doctor Strange 2? You what?
Did he just say something bad?
He got you.
Did he? Damn it.
He did. I didn't notice that.
Say it again, Steph.
Say it slower. And
okay.
break the last name up into 2 words.
Careful.
Do you know what? Do you know what? I'm that forward. Moody, I am craving more head. Damn right, I crave more head. I don't ask twice. I just take it as it comes. There you go. Boom.
No, I've never been that actor. There you go.
Hey, I'm not shy. Here's $5. Sent a $5 super chat. Steph, not to be too forward, but I love you. Here's $5. Oh, I adore you too. Thank you very much. And a spectator sent $4.99 super chat, and he's just said, Steph, can I just hear you say everything is going to be all right? A spectator, just for you, everything is going to be all right. Don't you worry your pretty little head about it. Booyah. Apart from that, though, you enjoying your holiday, Andy?
That's Bob Marley song. 3 little birds. You know that song, right? Sit down my doorstep. Right? Isn't that the singing? Everything is thing, every little thing's gonna be all right.
Oh, yeah,
Singing, don't worry. Come on, Steph, you have Bob Marley out by you, don't you?
Oh, yeah, we don't live too way out of the sticks. Yeah, we have heard of the gentleman called Mr. Bob Marley. Yes.
Bob Marley Legend is without a doubt the best album, I feel like, for any occasion. Everybody will just chill and be happy with it.
My stepfather absolutely goes crazy nuts for Bob Marley. Like, he's got all the albums, everything. Absolutely adores him. So, yeah, definitely heard of him. Way too many times, but definitely heard of him. But what are you doing for the rest of your holiday then? Because you're out there for the rest of the week.
I'm going to say hi. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I figured I could since, I figured you'd accept it. But we did DC today. Instagram had a cool little spot from the Washington Monument where we got to see most of the sites. And we did the American history today, which was Smithsonian, which was fun. And most stuff was, things are finally open. Tomorrow we're doing the Spy Museum.
Ooh.
Spies at the Spy Museum tomorrow. And I forget, there's other stuff, but we're hitting all the museums, just hanging. It's been nice to get away. It's really, we thought it'd be cooler in DC than Florida, but no, it's hot. We have like a heat wave, of course. I think we brought the Florida heat with us.
LA too.
Well, East Coast, like if you get up to like DC, going up into like New York, it can get up into the hundreds easily.
Yeah.
Dude, Arizona over the weekend was 115 raining.
How are you concert?
Excuse me? Oh, it was packed, bro.
I saw you ran into Nicole out there, right?
Yeah, Nicole, one of our community members, went over there, and she's awesome. A lot of energy and positive energy and stuff like that. It's great to see you all over there. Nicole, I don't know if you're watching right now. Met her husband, beautiful person, both of them, and they love the horror genre and stuff. It's great. It's great.
Well, good to see you. And then, everybody, don't forget we'll be in Vegas.
The 23rd.
My kids, it's been to Vegas plenty. I'm good. 20. What is it? 24th.
23rd.
We need to make a fan challenge. Can you guys help us make Vegas posters so we can start showing them on our streams and promote it? Steph's channel, Lewis's channel, Don's channel. We need we need to make some cool art that's like, we're coming to Vegas. What is it? What dates, Lewis?
The 23rd it starts. 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th.
Cause guys, because I think I've mentioned it to you as well, Lewis, and definitely Andy, but there might be a chance that even I might be able to go on this Vegas trip, you guys.
Oh, yes.
There might be a
awesome
chance. Our government might lift restrictions for me to be able to go and not have to quarantine. I might need the community's help in terms of a little bit of funding with it, but watch this space, you guys. I might be popping over so you see me actually in real life. That'll be interesting.
Look at
That's
that.
amazing. Yeah.
At the international crossing borders.
Yeah. Legally, by the way.
It's great meeting people we talk to online, like in person. It's just it's to see that they're real. Because Stefania, we don't know if you're real.
You see,
So
I could just be a computer generated program.
Yeah.
From the Matrix.
Could totally be a catfish.
Yeah, I could totally be a catfish. I only knew until recently what that meant, so boom. Yes, I lived a very sheltered life, guys. Oh my goodness.
Well, looks like everything's in good hands. I'm popping in to say hi and to thank you.
Oh yeah, Thursday we're gonna do it again. We got a few topics to cover. Richard Donner passing, which is an unfortunate one.
And everyone's, of course, there's the obvious, but I my favorite, I think, aside from the obvious, is Maverick. It doesn't get enough love. But that movie with Mel Gibson, Jodie Foster, James, it was one of those movie adaptations that I thought actually worked.
Yeah.
I watched that as a kid. Well, I'm early teens. I thought that was got me back into the Western genre. I thought it was so much fun.
Well, excuse me?
Go ahead. I was so many good movies. Go ahead.
Yeah, to think that he directed The Omen and then Superman. Like, they're so different. The Omen was, I think that won or got nominated for something, maybe even Best Picture. I'm not sure, but Gregory Peck, come on, man. The Omen was on par with The Exorcist, if you ask me. Great acting, scary as hell. Goonies, Lethal Weapon, list goes on and on and on and stuff. So yeah, I really appreciate them. I feel like losing a Richard Donner's like losing a Spielberg or Lucas,
Yes.
in a way, you know what I mean? So it's just, he's up there with those men. So definitely.
Yeah, it totally. But he hasn't. I feel like, well, he seemed to have some respect. I've been offline, but it seemed like he got some when I went on quickly at night. But people should be throwing their tributes and respect because he was legit. So many genres, so many classics. Super big loss. And he was supposed to do Lethal Weapon 5.
Correct. What I wanted to get into later also is that I don't understand why, we got like Bryan Singer who said, I want to make a Superman movie that mimics Richard Donner, but he never called Richard Donner. Richard Donner was there, alive. And the man was very energetic. Up to 7 years ago, you could see an interview with him and Nolan's actually interviewing him. And it's great. It's a great interview you can watch on YouTube and stuff. And you could tell Richard Donner is like a Stan Lee in a way, like with the energy level is just boom, boom, very witty. Well-spoken, optimistic.
No, don't do that one. We'll pick something else. Anyway, I gotta go. But
all right, brother.
For loss. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Just thought I'd pop say hi. Steph, you're the best. Thank you so much. Louis, Don, I love you guys. Keep it going. Keep the conversation going. You guys rock. Popcorn Planet. I'm out.
See you later, Andy. Speak to you soon. Cheers, mate. You see, completely like Andy approved we are. Woo, woo, woo. It's nice to see, though, that he's enjoying his holiday. But whilst he was on, we got a few more super chats. Oh, nice. My goodness. Yes.
I want to give real quick a shout out to Nerdette's newsstand. I think it's someone that eventually it would be someone fun to have on Popcorn Planet and our channels. She's, very knowledgeable about DC and stuff like that. So, Nerdette, what's up? Thanks for supporting today. See you in the chat.
What's up, my love? So the super chats. R. Smith sent a $2 super chat, and he says Steph's voice is ASMR, with a bit of an emoji of a smiley face with the eyes as the hearts. Why, thank you. We have The Wancho, who sent a $5 super chat. He says, whatever you do, Andy, don't go to the National Archives and try to steal the Declaration of Independence. I don't think the thought would ever cross his mind, but if it does, you have provided fair warning, so thank you very much for your service there, Wancho. And Bunda, $5 super chat. He says, I'll pay for Steph's plane ticket, but she has to stop buying Houston and say hi. That's the deal, so figure it out. We will figure it out. How about that? Oh, but with that being said, let us get on to the first topic. So what I'm going to do is we are going to do this. And we have Richard Donner. We've just mentioned him. The man, the legend, Superman and Goonies director, has unfortunately passed away at the age of 91. I felt like before we even discuss anything else, just to pay our dues, pay our respects to a director that, contributed a lot to cinema. And yeah, he just sadly passed away on Monday. It mentions a little bit of a backstory. His first major break came with 1976 The Omen, and later produced Free Willy and the Lost Boys. Steven Spielberg, who wrote the story on which The Goonies was based, told Variety that Donner was gifted across so many genres. He said being in his circle was akin to hanging out with your favourite coach, smartest professor, fiercest motivator, most enduring friend, staunchest ally, and of course the greatest Goonie of all. He was a kid, all heart, all the time. I can't believe he's gone, but his husky, hearty laugh will stay with me always. There were others that paid tribute. Dan Slott said Richard Donner's Superman is the DNA, the fundamental building block that all good superhero movies have been built from. It was the earnest leap of faith, the single bound that made us all believe that a man could fly. Edgar Wright, he says that Donner's big heart and effervescent charm shone in his movies through the remarkable performances of his cast, which is no mean feat. You remember all the characters in Superman, Lethal Weapon, The Goonies and more, because Donner knew how to capture that magic on screen. Sean Astin, Richard Donner had the biggest, boomiest voice you could imagine, commanded attention, and he laughed like no man has ever laughed before. He was so much fun. What I perceived in him as a 12-year-old kid is that he cared. I loved how much he cared. And even actor Mel Gibson mentioned that Donner was magnanimous of heart and soul, which he liberally gave to all who knew him. If we piled up the good deeds he did, it would stretch to some uncharted place in the firmament. I will sorely miss him with all his mischievous wit and wisdom. So, like I said, before we get on to the main topic of the stream, I thought it was fitting just to pay our respects and pay our dues to Mr. Richard Donner, who passed away this week. I suppose for you guys, Lewis and Adan, what's your favourite Donner movie that you look on with like fondness and heart, I suppose?
Lewis, you want to go first?
All right, man. Now that I realize that he had his hand in the Lost Boys as well. Jeez, that's like my favorite vampire movie. My gosh, this guy is Spielberg level. What's my favorite? Of course, Superman the movie, but what's up there like neck and neck? It's The Omen. Come on, The Omen was awesome. I know it's an old movie, but The Omen, Goonies, Lethal Weapons. I wasn't a big Lethal Weapons guy, but I remember, the impact it had on cinema. And like when you watch X-Men, Marvel movies and stuff, a lot of like it was inspired or is inspired by Donner's company or just getting consulted by Donner. The X-Men, the Fox movies are all like executive produced by Donner at his later age. I don't know why. Again, I don't know why. I know. Look, Bryan Singer, he wanted to do Superman Returns, honoring the Christopher Reeve Superman, but he was like, I want to make a movie like Christopher Reeves. I want to make a superhero movie like Richard Donner. And constantly like Donner. And then I Googled Donner. He's still around. I don't know why they just get Richard Donner to do it. I think it would have ended up a little better. Maybe he didn't want to do it. I don't know. I knew this day had to come. He was getting up there, but it has to be Superman for me. The movie that stands out. It's so good that it's kind of damaged the character because everyone has to be compared to Richard Donner's Superman. That does in fact work nowadays. When you try to deviate from Donner's Superman, people don't like it. I'm sorry. Superman Returns was a mopey Superman. And so was Man of Steel. It's a mopey Superman. The ones that work is like we get in Lois and Clark, which is inspired by Donner, and also Smallville, which is heavily inspired by Donner's Superman. So he defined Superman. That's all. I don't know. I mean, I could go on and on, but Adon, I think Adon should go in there. I'm curious to see what he has to say.
So, just like I'm gonna agree. Like, there's a lot of good films that he's done. He's made some iconic franchises. Superman, clearly one of them. Lethal Weapons, another one. They're just iconic. And oddly enough, it's the ones that are independent. So, like, of course, Goonies is good and so forth. I always had a fondness for Lady Hawk, but my number one favorite of all this on this list of his directing films, Scrooged. I watched that movie every year for Christmas. That is my Christmas Carol with Bill Murray. Scrooged, 100%. It's a fun film. Loved it since I was a kid. Always go back to it. And which is, I know, is probably out of character for what I'm known for, being into comics and everything in this, but that's my go-to. I love that movie so much. But like I even remember watching 16 Blocks when that came out, and I enjoyed that movie a lot. So like he was doing fantastic work all the way till 2006, and then just dropped off as far as directing. But it's a shame because there's so many good projects. Great day. I don't remember like half the shows that he did, but like in the 70s, just blew up as far as movies going, from what I can see.
And what's crazy, if anyone gets a chance to check out that interview with Chris Nolan actually interviews like people. George Lucas he interviewed and stuff. He takes the formula of the Dark Knight trilogy from Donner and he breaks it down. He tells Donner how I did it. My main cast is virtually unknowns, people who aren't that big. Christian Bale back then, Christopher Reeves, but the supporting actors are massive. You know, Warren Beatty, right? Back then, is that his name? Otis, Gene Hackman, right? And if you look at the same formula was for the Dark Knight, Gary Oldman, like that is the formula that works. And you could tell like Nolan's the guy without a sense of humor, Batman, and you could tell that Donner is the happy jokester, Superman, and it freaking works, man. And it's so good to see this. Richard Donner, as of 6 years ago, was so active and so energetic and stuff. And I don't know what happened to him. Eventually something's going to get to you. 91's a great run. But I hope he didn't suffer that much. It seemed like he didn't, because, you know, last time I saw him as of 6 years ago in an interview, he was there. So the guy used to poop good movies, man. That's all I say. He used to just go to the restroom here. Here's a masterpiece here, masterpiece there. Don and Stefania. It's like so much
and that
stuff.
Was like I was saying, I agree with you. Like even when he wasn't doing the franchise stuff, like in doing the independent works, it's like they were fantastic films on their own, and he jumped from being like a horror to like a fantasy to action. He covered the gambit for a lot of different things. Yeah, just fantastic. Which is hard. Not everybody can do that. They can jump from one genre to the next and make a very solid film.
Well, the chat has something to say with all of this, and Chris Webb, thank you very much, sent in a $5 super chat.
Nice. Thank you.
And he mentioned losing Richard Donner felt like losing a favourite grandpa. He's the reason why I became a lifelong Superman fan. Yeah, like his legacy, his influence on cinema is freaking undeniable. For me, I'm probably going to be very basic and boring here, but I love the Lethal Weapon films. Absolutely love them. I can watch them over and over and over and over again. I never get bored with them. Yes, every single one of them. I like them all. If I had to choose, I'd obviously choose Lethal Weapon 1. I say obviously, it's just my personal taste, but the Lethal Weapon franchise. Goonies is a close second, but that's just because of my childhood. Superman came out a little bit before my time, so I don't resonate with Superman as much as, let's say, others did. But yeah, that would be it for me. But Richard Donner, wherever he is, rest in peace. He will be sorely missed, but his legacy's still around, so he's still alive, still around, just in a different way. But we get on to the next article. So before we do anything, I'm going to record this for video, so if you just give me one moment. What up, everyone? Hey up. Thank you very much for joining me today on Popcorned Planet. Yes, you were expecting Andy to kind of come up on your screens in front of your eyeballs, but nope, you've got me instead. And you also have the lovely Lewis from Nerd Report and Adan from Nerd Tots. How you guys doing?
We're doing awesome.
Doing fantastic.
We are currently streaming live Tuesday night. If you want to see the full replay, then make sure that you join and become a member. I don't know what just happened there. That join button didn't work. Never mind. I'm going to start. Do you know what? Sorry, guys. This is sometimes what happens when you try and record a video on the fly. Let me just do that one more time. I'm doing an Andy here. I'm going to do it one more time. One moment, guys. Hang on, guys. Hey up everyone, it's me, Steph, the alter nerd. Yeah, you were expecting Andy to come in front of your eyeballs, but he's on holiday again this week in DC and he thought it was a really, really good idea for me to look after his channel. We're currently streaming on the Tuesday night, and if you want to see the full replay, make sure you become a member and you click that join button below the screen in front of you. But I have two awesome co-hosts with me right now. I have Lewis from Nerd Report and a Dan from Nerd Talks. Hey up, you guys.
Hey up.
Hey up.
Hey up.
A proper awesome Yorkshire greeting. But let's really get into it because Twitter has been in a little bit of a tizzy because Robert Downey Jr. for some reason thought it was a good idea to stop following all his Marvel co-stars on social media. Have you guys heard about this? Like what the deuce is going on and all that malarkey?
No.
Semi. I know Twitter could get a little touchy and feely, people getting offended at stuff, but I'm curious to see what happened here with Mr. Robert Downey Jr.
Well, this is all to do with his Instagram feed. So he's unfollowed all of the MCU co-stars on the social media platform Instagram. And when I say all, you guys, you have a look here. Jeremy Renner, Chris Pratt, Tom Holland, Spider-Man himself, Tom Hiddleston, Anthony Mackie, Iron Man. Iron Man has unfollowed Iron Man on Instagram. Samuel Jackson, the Russo brothers, Jon Favreau, Don Cheadle, Paul Bettany, Gwyneth Paltrow, Captain America, which, I mean, to be fair, Civil War, yeah, I can kind of see that. But Mr. Kevin Feige himself, he is also unfollowed from Instagram. Now, all he's following now is just 43 people, and that's it. But it's a little bit interesting here because it was only back in April, which was like the 2-year anniversary of the release of Endgame, that he shared a previously unseen clip from the film. He captioned the post that he cannot believe it's been 2 years since Endgame, #LoveYouAll3000. Twitter, as you can appreciate, has responded in a very reasonable manner, as you would probably think they would do. We've got a couple of examples here. RDJ, why did you unfollow the whole Marvel cast? Open up, I just want to talk. As if he would. Melanie, I think it's a new social manager or something, and it's turning more into a business thing now. He even changed his header on here. And another one, what is wrong with Robert Downey Jr. changing his Instagram into a business account and unfollowing all his friends? Sad face, sad face, sad face, sad face. So, you guys, what the deuce do you think is going on?
Don, you want to go?
In this case, like, I feel like people are reading too much into it. I mean, like, we're honestly, and I will give the benefit of the doubt here. I know people and I've done this myself, but I know people that on the regular, they'll just go through and clean house on their social media feeds, Twitters, and whatever. And or even better, sometimes you need that space and you need to separate yourself from it. So him dropping all those others into like a condensed double digits is still a lot. Like 40, was it 43 that he has? Like that he's now following.
He's following 43 people.
Yeah.
And they seem to be more like products,
exactly.
Yeah.
And that I mean, that seems like he probably condensed a lot out. I'm sure he probably it's just that the Avengers crew is probably the bigger names that are on there, but I'm sure he went through and cleared a lot. I could be completely wrong, but I'm going to go with benefit of the doubt that he's not really, having any ill blood against anybody. He just did this so he can minimize and focus on new things and clear it out. From what I've heard, he's a super, super nice guy, especially with the crew from the Avengers. And I feel like this is becoming more of a thing that other people besides them are making it more of a deal out of it. That's my personal opinion.
Lewis?
Yeah, I mean, I think all the social media is kind of like a trap, man. I mean, think about it. You follow someone and it's like you decide to just like clean your social media account and people are making up theories about you. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, I think people are just assuming stuff. Maybe he just wants to have a low number of followers. Maybe he doesn't want to be typecast. I know for Twitter, for example, if someone that I'm not following gets liked by someone I'm following, that comes out on my feed. So maybe that's the same thing with the algorithm there. I know I had to block a few people because I couldn't stand what they have, the stupidity coming out of Twitter. And then they got offended at it. It's like, well, that's why the block button's there for idiots. Maybe someone that he's following is liking something that's nonsense to him. It's his right. It is an option there. But just think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Following someone and then unfollowing them, people get offended at that. And they start coming out with all these theories and stuff. We've seen people that like stuff, or follow. You can follow someone 5 years ago and that person goes crazy and you're not up to date with all their craziness and you get canceled for following that person you followed 5 years ago when they were sane. So it's nuts. So yeah, I support Robert Downey Jr.'s right to unfollow people there. And I think he just doesn't want to be typecast, if you ask me.
Well, and to piggyback off of that, I remember before Twitter, the halcyon days of Facebook and MySpace. I would unfriend people, not because I was offended with them. It's just because I'm like cleaning house and like, I don't talk to you. I don't do nothing. I don't follow you. Like I got you on my phone and I talk to you there. I don't do all this other stuff. And they'll be like texting me like, bro, what's up? Why'd you unfriend me? What's going on? I'm like, you're taking it too personal, man. Like you haven't posted anything in like 3 years. Why are we getting upset about this now?
Or the other one is like, I've been posting on Facebook and you don't like any of my things.
Oh my God, I've gotten that from my mother. Yeah, my mother's like, you didn't like the thing I posted about you. I'm like, I saw it. And it's like, she's like, you didn't comment. I was like, I put a thumb up. And like,
you don't see it because the algorithm blocks it. You know what I mean? So people don't know how to use it. I don't know. It's very weird. Yeah.
Well, when I read into it a little bit more, nothing's being confirmed, in terms of why he's done this. This is all like pure speculation at this point. But it appears like he's using his account to promote things that he's more passionate about, like his goodwill stuff. So that's like the Footprint Coalition as well, which I'm reading it from my phone here. It's a group described as a coalition of investors, donors and storytellers committed to scaling technologies to restore our planet. He is still following all the Marvel lot over on Twitter, so isn't a complete mass exodus and unfollow across all his social media platforms. My kind of point with this though is that, dude, you're Robert Downey Jr., you're Iron Man. If you are gonna be just even on one social media platform, going to en masse unfollow every single person from Marvel, that is gonna cause a bit of a ruckus and a few headlines, to say the least. Maybe he thought in his head it wasn't a big thing, but how could he have thought that? I don't know. But I can get on board with he's just unfollowing everyone because he wants to focus it more on like his goodwill charity, the Footprint Coalition, all that stuff. But what are you guys saying in the chat about this now? My goodness, keep them coming. Another super chat from Chris Webb. Thank you. He says, as a fellow recovery, well done, my friend. I can understand the need to go radio silent once in a while. I don't think RDJ is doing anything malicious. Probably not. I buy the speculation that because he's doing more stuff in terms of that coalition situation, but it's just maybe streamlining it for that.
I wanted to add one more thing. It's the insider. I'm going to give you my insider opinion.
Ooh.
Or what I've seen. It's a fact.
Mm.
A lot of the actors, producers, and stuff, it's a job. They pretend they're friends, and they're just like acquaintances. They're not really that friendly with each other. A lot of the actors, I'm not saying Robert Downey Jr. They pretend, oh, I know Marvel. I know Iron Man. I was reading it since, as soon as I was conceived, I was reading Marvel. They never heard of Iron Man until they got their first day on set. That's just the reality of things. He may not be as close to the cast as we think he is, which is fine because ultimately it's a job and he is a professional. He showed up, and let's say he doesn't like comics. He may not even like comic book movies, right? But he showed up and is a professional. He gave it all he has. He gave the fans what they wanted and they loved him. And that's all that matters, and stuff like that. And now he wants to do his environmental stuff or whatever it is. I see his Twitter. He's sharing environmentalist stuff, and he's still following some of the other actors from the movies. There's only 60 people he's following, so I don't think it's anything serious against them, personal, because maybe he's not really even that close to the cast. It's possible.
It is possible.
I know people don't want to hear that, but it's
it is possible.
My dreams.
Yeah. I think I'll continue with the fantasy that they're all best buddies and friends and they hang out like every weekend for champagne and canapes and all that malarkey. Whatever rich Hollywood types do. There you go.
Yes.
None of the dodgy stuff, of course.
I think a lot of them just want to go home and sleep.
I was so hopeful for Avengers Christmas movie. You just crashed that down now.
Oh,
Could happen. Once again, Robert Downey Jr. and all the crew doing the Avengers movie, they're professionals. So if you tell them to do it and they like the script, they will give a kick-ass performance. There is no doubt of that.
Absolutely. But with that being said, looking at the chat, Iron Wolf, maybe he didn't want to get cancelled for following someone. People are crazy these days. Will Morris, Twitter is a wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Thanks.
Not all of it, but I agree a large part of it for myself. Mel, and this is a good point, Mel, his previous social media manager stroke BFF just passed away too. So he has someone new handling it all now. So that could make sense, I suppose. And she also made another great point that's just come in. The OG6, so the OG Avengers, are tight. They have the matching tats, LOL. It's true. You can't be, so distant with each other and not have matching tattoos, surely? Or does that not fly over there? Like, what do you guys say to that?
They all have matching tattoos? Is that what happened?
Yes, they do.
I don't know. Man, after billions of dollars, I'll get a tattoo.
Yeah, I can't. They might. I've seen other actors do that too on set for certain projects where they'll get a matching tattoo. Usually, it's not like a big tattoo; it's like a small thing. like inconspicuous. I can't pronounce the word right now. But yeah, I think that's well within the realm of possibility that they all got a tattoo somewhere.
Well, with that being said, what do you guys think if you're watching on the replay? Do you think any of our speculation is right when it comes to Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man himself, pretty much unfollowing every single person from the Marvel universe off of his Instagram? Do you disagree? Let us know in the comments down below. And if you are still watching live, keep watching. We'll be back in a few moments, but for all those on the replay, here are a couple of videos you might be interested in. And we are back. That was my first time doing something like that, guys, by the way. I didn't even do that when I first looked after Popcorned Planet
really
a
good
couple of
work.
weeks back.
Congrats.
So, recording a video on the fly live, that was an experience. Thanks, you guys. And thank you to the chat for bearing with me right at the beginning. I completely fluffed up right at the beginning. Can't believe I did that. But oh well. Andy's done it before, so whoops. Sorry, Andy. But everyone in the chat, oh my goodness, the Ledge is in the house.
I'd buy that for $1.
And he has just super chatted. Thank you very much, Ledge. David March, he sent over $5 Canadian. He mentions Popcorned Planet hosts all need to get matching tattoos in Vegas.
No.
Do you know what? And for everyone that's come in and that didn't hear earlier on, if the rules and regulations change over here in the UK, I might be able to actually make it to Vegas. Might need a little bit of help from the community to fundraise a little bit for me to get over there. But I'd be up for that. I've got 4 tattoos. Me, I'd be up for a matching Vegas tattoo with lads. Absolutely freaking awesome that would be. What about you guys?
Not for,
I'm not ready for that yet.
Yeah, I don't have any tattoos, so I don't know. Like,
I
don't
know,
if
like
that would
I
be the
have
reason.
a envision for my first tattoo is going to be not one that I would be sharing. Trust me, I got people that have petitioned me to get tattoos. Family, they were like, "Yo, when you join the club," but I might have to hold to the next Vegas.
It
Okay.
depends what happens. If something like epic happens, like something like
I guess.
you just have to like, wow, dude, like
Go with the moment sometimes.
yeah. So you all have to make it an epic moment, like
Plus, my mom
symbolically.
also, that might be my last moment because I come home with a tattoo. My mom will kill me.
Get the
Just
Mike
be-
Tyson one on your forehead.
Exactly. Shit, like, let me be like, it was nice knowing you all. Goodbye.
But bye as I depart this world. Oh, I've got 4 tattoos. I've got this one here, which is well, it's not the first ever dog me and Richard, my partner, had. He passed away a few years ago, and so I got this tattoo in honor of him. And I've got 3 tattoos on my back. The one in the middle is, you know, the Queen, the band Queen, and they've got that crest with like the phoenix and the animals around the queue. Well, I've got the phoenix, and I've got 2 symbols besides that. One that means courage and the other one that means tiger, because tiger is my Chinese New Year's animal.
Good animal.
Yeah. What do you know what your guys is? Chinese
I think
animal
mine
is?
is very disappointing. It's like a donkey or something. I'm very pissed. I wanted a snake or a dragon.
I got the year of the rat.
You're the
Yeah,
rat.
rat's kind of dope because rat symbolizes the ninja in a way. I don't know if you know about that, but mine is
It's
like
a symbol for
donkey.
charm.
Well, there's also the ninjas are kind of like, not in a bad way, but ninjas.
I've
been
never
to
heard
well,
never heard the rat be symbolized for ninja, and ninja
Well-
is Japanese, bro.
But ninjutsu is from Chinese arts. All the martial arts are
Inspired.
from Chinese arts. Yeah.
Oh,
but
wait.
Karate is
Debatable.
Chinese fist. That's what it translates to.
Debatable.
Huh?
It's a debatable. Depends on what style we're talking about.
Chinese fist sounds really dodgy to me.
Well, look, no, it's the
Well,
the way of the empty fist.
Yeah.
In Chinese.
The way of the
Stop.
anti-fist is a thing, and then Taekwondo is also like in the title like foot fist way.
It's Taekwondo is Korean.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, exactly, but it's also a different in the title of this translation.
But the way the rats like animals are studied in martial arts, so like the way the rats like kind of like they come in the dark.
Oh, they're very
You know,
intelligent.
They're very
extremely
intelligent. They're very hard to like catch and stuff like that. That's why like a lot of the ninjutsu I've bumped into, they say the rat is their inspiration animal. Like there's snakes, there's cranes. The dragon's the best one though. Dragons, all the animals. Tiger's awesome as well.
Booyah. Yeah, man.
Of course, I think I'm a donkey or something like that. It's very.
I thought it was a horse.
A horse is a horse is a good animal as well. It's a very tough animal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't think it was donkey. I think it was the year of the horse.
72.
1972.
Yep.
Bro, that's not a horse.
What is
That's
it?
not a donkey. It's a rat.
Then I'm good with a rat.
Yeah. No, that's the same year. That's the same year as my brother. It's the year of the rat.
I'm good with the rat then. I got confused.
Yeah, they go in 12-year intervals.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in the chat, firstly, thank you so much, you guys. You're killing it, Captain Steph. Great job, Steph. You did great. Nice job. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. The one show says, you know what? Sign me up for a tattoo. If I come over, I'm holding you to that, mate. Bunda has come in with another
I'd buy that for
$5
$1.
chat. We are not worthy indeed. He says, Lewis, you need to get Boo on one Nalja and NDA on the other. And then he's got an emoji of a peach. Does that mean anything to you? Because that's like gibberish to me.
Well, okay, look. Since Bunda's saying it, it means nothing, but it means everything at the same time. So yes, thank you, Bunda. Whatever it is, I have no idea. It's a Bundaism.
Elaborate yourself, please. We would like a translation from your Bunda
does it come with
language.
Instructions?
Yeah.
We need it with instructions.
I do well with step by step guide of instructions. Absolutely. Michael Caraturo, hello, my friend. Hey, guys and girls. Where's Andy? Andy is in DC for the week. He's on yet another holiday. I know, and he thought it was a good idea to let us lot look after his channel, free reign and all. So hopefully he's got a channel to come back to and we haven't blown it up by Sunday. That would be an achievement. But everyone else, Matthew Coburn, he says the go is his. Michael Caraturo says he's the year of the cock. Sarah Nicholas is a fire snake. There were others as well. Erin Cooper says that she's a snake. Iron Wolf think that they're the year of the boar. So yeah, there's a few different animals. The one show, Steph, we're both tigers for the win. For the win, yes. Ferocious yet loyal. That is so me to a T. But Sarah Nicholas says snake is just a small dragon. Okay, yeah. Just without the legs and the fire breathing situation, but
yeah, Godzilla.
Yeah, true. Chris Webb. Oh my goodness, we got another $5 super chat. Yes, we are not worthy. He mentions 5 years Navy, 2 years Middle East. Thank you for your service, mate. Drunk the whole time and I still never got a tattoo. LOL. Oh, well, that's a shame. At least you could have got a tattoo to kind of have a physical reminder of it. Like you look at it and you just think of, those years drunk the whole time and all you got was this lousy tattoo. Oh, I tell you something though. One time, I was about 16 years old. So I'd just, because I had a little part-time job after school. So after work, there was this like piercing parlour, and I went in there just on the lark, and I just thought, because Britney Spears was huge at the time and she had a belly button pierced, I was like, do you know what? I want to get my belly button pierced. So I went in, got my belly button pierced, and then called my mum, and I was like, Mum, I got my belly button pierced. And my mum was like, let me see it when you get home. And she was like, fair enough, it's not infected, he's done it right. It looks nice, actually. Crack on. I thought she was going to tan my backside to buggery, but that didn't happen. And then when I was 18 and I was of age, that's when I got my 3 tattoos on the back. And even though I was of age and I was an adult at that point for the UK, I was still nervous. And then afterwards I was like, Mum, she was like, what? I got 3 tattoos on my back. She was like, let me see him when you come home. She checked and she was like, oh, they don't look too bad. And again, he looks like he's done it right and you're not going to get infected or else. So yeah, crack on. But yeah, I thought she was going to tan my backside there as well. Even though I was of age, I was adult at that point by UK standards. So yeah.
What is the
lucky.
age in the UK?
So there's 2 ages actually. So
Same here.
Age of consent over here is 16 years old. A legal age to be able to gamble, drink, all the adult stuff that gets unlocked, let's say, is 18 years old. So yeah.
That's a little bit before us.
Yeah.
16. Very young for us. Looks
Yeah, because isn't your age of consent
18, 21.
21?
Yep.
Depending on
Yep.
the state, right?
Yeah, depending on the state. I know some kids that have gotten tattoos like around 16 and whatnot, but like definitely for the drinking and whatnot. Yeah, that's definitely much later.
Wow. Yeah, because drinking it's 21, isn't it?
Correct.
Oh yeah.
Definitely 21 for that, whichever state you're in.
I mean, no pressure, kids out there. You can wait. I didn't start drinking until I was 23. I was a late bloomer.
Oh, I didn't. My first ever drink was an Alka-Pop. It was a Smirnoff Ice, and I was 16 at the time, and I was at a friend's house. So it was all like not above board, but in a controlled environment where adults were about and everything was cool. But yeah, I was a proper little teacher's pet though, because I started going to like this rock club called Rio's when I was 16 years old, but I never really properly went to nightclubs until I was about 18. So yeah, proper little teacher's pet I was. But yeah, anyways.
I did the hey, your curfew's 10. Okay, get home at 11. Damn, stop doing that. Okay, 11's your new curfew. Get home at 12. Oh man, your curfew was 11. Why are you back home at 12? Okay, 12 o'clock. All right. And it just kept going and going and going until it was like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. until she was like, I don't care. Just get home, you know? So I started getting home like at 5 a.m. And then after that, when I realized I conquered all the territory there was as far as curfews were concerned, I started coming back home at around 10. So I started getting tired.
As long as you got home safe, Lewis. That's all that matters. Make sure you get home safe. Maybe check in, send a text every now and then. You're okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But it always surprises me the little differences that we have between England and America, and the amount of stuff I learned from you guys that's like so different over there. And for me, it's like, really, we're quite lenient over here. Bloody hell. But anyways, on to the next exciting article that I've prepared for all you lovely lot. So Quentin Tarantino, he's been in the news a lot the past week, especially from his Joe Rogan podcast interview that he did. But did you know that Quentin Tarantino fought Harvey Weinstein over Reservoir Dogs, the torture scene for it? Harvey Weinstein did not like the torture scene at all featured in Reservoir Dogs. It's the bit where Mr. Blonde, so Michael Madsden, tortures the police officer by cutting his ear off to that tune that I'm not going to hum right now because YouTube will probably flag it, even though it's not really the music, it's just me humming, but there you go, YouTube's an SOB. But according to Tarantino, the scene always led to walkouts during early screenings of the film. Is that true? You guys were here a little bit more than me on that one. Like,
I wouldn't be. I didn't see. Well, I didn't see it in theaters, but I wouldn't be surprised because you gotta remember, like when that movie came out, and then on top of which, even though it's not graphically, I would say arguably it's not graphically violent. It's violent subjectively or mentally, in the sense that you're seeing it being done, but you're not seeing like blood and special effects. Like you seeing it being done, he walks off and then you see it kind of situation, so that those kind of moments actually get stuck in people's head more. That's why I like mental horror films and whatnot more, because they really do leave an impression. So I can see people being in gain that impression and then wanting to walk out. I just never experienced it where I saw, oh, we got a couple walkers, kind of situation.
Okay. Because I was born in 86, so when this came out, I was a little bit young at the time, so I wouldn't have been aware of this coming out or the furor around it or whatever. But from what you remember, Lewis, was it that bad, the torture scene where people actually walked out on it?
Well, he's saying screenings, right? So I don't remember this movie very much. I got into Tarantino after I saw Kill Bill. I'm a very late bloomer to his movies, but sometimes the perception is everything. For example, Scarface. I don't know if you remember that movie or if you've seen it. There's a scene where a guy gets cut up into little pieces inside a bathtub. And
Iconic.
Yep. And if the way it was directed, it's like, oh my God, cringe. But then when you rewind it, you realize there's like zero blood. There's just one drop of blood, and then the camera turns like real fast. I guess there's some splatter behind a curtain, but there's really nothing. You don't see any of it, but you hear it. So maybe I could see how that kind of disturbing thing. Why is he mentioning the Weinstein and him battling for it? I don't know. Maybe he wants to give out perception that him and Weinstein were not on the same page. Smart move. Weinstein's not a good guy to be in the same page with ever, not even in movies. So props to Tarantino and smart of him to distance himself from the guy who financed all his movies.
Yeah. It's probably like the cynical little brain inside of me is like, yeah, he's saying this stuff so that he can publicly kind of distance himself further away from Harvey Weinstein in that regard, even though yes, he did finance all his films and was literally the studio behind all of his films that he released and supported him up to obviously a certain point. But in terms of the rest of this article, explaining Weinstein's stance, Tarantino said on the Joe Rogan Experience, his reasoning was, look, Quentin, this is a movie that anybody can watch, but with that torture scene, you're gonna alienate women. They're not gonna want to see this. So you're literally putting your own movie in a little box, but without that scene, anybody can go and see this movie and everybody will enjoy it. And in rejecting, Weinstein's wishes, Tarantino pretty much says that it's kind of actually where he became himself, because Harvey was used to winning these types of arguments, and for Tarantino it was like, no, I'm going to stand for my art, I'm going to stand for my film, and I'm going to argue for this scene to be in this film because I believe it should be in. With it being out, it's going to diminish the film further, so he stood his ground on that sense. But interestingly, when I read this article, towards the end it says that on the same podcast, Tarantino said that if he did a third Kill Bill film, that he'd like to cast Maya Hawke in it, which is Uma Thurman's daughter. He says he thinks that just revisiting the characters 20 years later and just imagining the bride and her daughter having 20 years of peace, and then that peace is shattered, Tarantino said, and now the bride and baby are on the run, and just the idea of being able to cast Uma Thurman and her daughter in the thing would be effing exciting. So there's two things really from this article. First one is in regards to the torture scene. If it was taken out, do you think it would diminish the film of Reservoir Dogs or not?
Kind of. It was a very iconic scene. Like of all the scenes in Reservoir Dogs, that's arguably the most memorable scene. You can still do it, but it's one of those moments like when you're watching something, it leaves such a strong impact that you're never going to forget it. And I think that's what helped make Reservoir Dogs become the classic that it is.
Lewis?
I don't remember the movie. I got to be honest with you. But
That's fair.
But yeah, I don't want to grift. Is that the new keyword they learned? So I don't want to pretend that I know something. But I would say this: Tarantino's known for this kind of stuff. What you just described, kind of like scenes that are cringy in a good way, like disturbing scenes and stuff. I think it would have affected Tarantino's career. Definitely, because that's who he is. And seeing that Reservoir Dogs, I'm looking at his IMDb right here, is his first big film, then without that, the movie would have made a lot of money, maybe, or not been a hit. It kind of defined who he was in the future, whatever this movie was, which is I'm expecting. I have seen it, I just forgot it. Tarantino over the top violence and stuff like that, kind of winking at the camera, pop culture references, type of thing. That's the way I think of Tarantino. Kind of weird that he would push Weinstein around, considering this is his first movie. I don't know how that happens, but okay.
Well, it was quite ballsy of him. Like his first proper big, massive budget film movie, and being able to stand up to Harvey Weinstein like he did. But
usually the producer, since he's funding it, will tell him to F you.
Yeah.
It's my movie.
I suppose Harvey Weinstein wasn't as big, powerful, strong as he became in, let's say, later years. So probably at that time it was more easier to stand up to him and be like, no, you're wrong. I'm keeping that scene in my damn movie because it's my movie, it's my art, it's my vision, and you're going along with the ride, or there's the front door, shut it on the way out kind of thing. I think that if he did concede and fold and take that scene out, it would have diminished the movie, because when I think of Reservoir Dogs, I do think of that scene. It is iconic. You instantly think of that. That tune is in my head right now. Like, no word of a lie, guys. That tune is in my head on replay. Yeah. And it's something so memorable, and so artfully directed that you take that out, and then what is there to remember left? Yeah, there are other scenes that are good, and overall it is a brilliant film, but it's like, for me, taking the jewel out of the crown. The crown is still wonderful, still pretty, but you put that jewel in, and it just goes next level legit. Do you know what I mean, guys?
Mm-hmm.
No, I haven't seen the crown.
I think where you're trying to.
I get your reference though.
Oh.
I get your references. That's what took the movie, gave the icing on the cake.
Yes.
See, Stefania and I, we talk like when we're programming the shows and stuff, and I'm starting to get into your mind, Stefania. So be careful.
Get out of my head. Stop it. But yes, we chat behind the scenes. We have a good old natter. Because, yes, we are friends. We are all friends. We don't backstab each other. We're not grifters. We actually like each other and care about each other and support each other. We don't bring each other down. That's not how we roll over here. But yeah, you are getting used to my vernacular and the way that I term things and say things, but vice versa for yourself as well. When I'm speaking to you, Dan, Andy, and the sort of things you say, like furries. That's like one of the big things that I learned from you guys, what a furry is. I didn't know what a furry was before, but now I do.
I'm sorry.
Wait, wasn't it on the? It was on the one when Andy was playing the trailer for Netflix. There we go.
Yes, right? Yes.
Furries, aren't they kind of weird?
That would
that's all
be
subjective.
That would be an apt description for YouTube, like a YouTube-friendly, appropriate description of furries. Absolutely. But Chris Webb comes in to save the day. I would definitely buy that for $1, my friend. $5 to be precise. Super chat. Thank you very much. Damn, I've got to read this though, but I've got to make sure that I don't sing it. Otherwise, YouTube will get us into trouble. We'll get into trouble with YouTube, should I say. Clowns to the left of me. Jokers to the right. It's stuck in my head too, LOL. You're welcome. Still in my head on replay right now. But there you go. But the other thing that it mentions is if Quentin Tarantino did his final 10th film, a Kill Bill sequel, that's like 20 years in the future, where you've got Uma Thurman as still as the bride and Maya Hawke as the daughter, all grown up. Would you want to see that?
Hell yeah, I would.
I'll watch it, but I was not seeking it. Just to be honest. Like for me, Kill Bill 1 and 2, I have to watch as one film. So, and it had a solid close. I was good with it. So this is a sequel I was not ever seeking. But I'll watch it 100%.
Yeah, I kind of agree as well. I'm good if they don't do it. But if they do, Vivica Fox's character, Vernita Green, Copperhead, because they were all snakes and the assassins. The assassins were all snakes. She has a daughter that she was assassinated.
That's true.
Yeah, so she's the one that would go after Uma Thurman, Beatrix Kiddo.
She did say, "You can come after me."
Yeah, you could come after me. So that's the little thing there. I gotta remember though, this movie was co-written by Uma Thurman. That's why it has a lot of heart. I don't want to sound like a Tarantino hater. I'm not. But the guy does borrow everything. Look at the camera. Look at me. How much more I know about movies than you do. And there was something different to me about Kill Bill. And when you look at the credits, Uma Thurman is all over there, writing. And I think this, to me, look, I can't speak for females, man, but he managed to make a kick-ass female character here that was still feminine and loved Bill. She loved Bill. There was no apology. It's a tragic story. She fell in love with this guy. She's a part of the assassin group. The way it was very romantic in a weird way. And she was effing awesome. Everything about this movie to me was awesome, even though it borrowed a lot from previous awesome films. I mean, don't even get me started on freaking Pai Mei, man. Remember that thing could have gone on. You could have made a movie about that. The Crazy 88. Everything was so good in this movie. The Hattori Hanzo sword. I could go on and make a channel about Kill Bill, honestly. David Carradine's not with us anymore, but he wasn't with us in the movie. So kind of prequel. I think it'd be crazy, but you need Uma Thurman, Quentin Tarantino, and you also need, this is going to sound weird, what's it called? Robert Rodriguez. Because Robert Rodriguez kind of influenced that movie too.
Yeah, and they work well together. They do work well together.
Yeah, Robert Rodriguez actually did the score for a lot of the second movie and stuff, and I know he had in on the production. So there's my take. Kill Bill Volume 3.
Well, for me, I would be happy with a Kill Bill sequel, don't get me wrong, another Kill Bill. But I kind of think that he is throwing around Maya Hawke's name. She's a good actress, don't get me wrong, but would she be good in a Quentin Tarantino movie? I don't know. The only thing I've seen her in is Stranger Things, and she's good in that, don't get me wrong, but I don't think that she's Quentin Tarantino-esque level of an actress yet, in my humble opinion. And I just think that he's banding around her name because she's the literal daughter of Uma Thurman, and it would be like a quirk to say Kill Bill, the new movie starring Uma Thurman as the bride and Maya Hawke as the daughter, like, and the real life mother and daughter as well. Do you know, it's like a shtick that I think he's kind of playing on here. And I don't know, I don't think there'd be much substance to it. Does that make sense?
Well, it does, but it also depends on like the script, because you could also do that like okay, a great example of this, 15 Minutes with Robert De Niro, name slathered all over the merchandising, posters and everything in there. And you think that this is going to be a literal Robert De Niro film. Spoilers, no, it's not. Like, he's in there for a small portion of the film. I won't give anything as to why, but he's not, like, barely a fraction of the film. And that could be a selling point where it's like clickbait. So like he could be making all this thing about like, now this is the reason why we're bringing in Kill Bill 3, because it's a revenge thing, and they're trying to defend the daughter, and I want her in there. And the script, for all we know, she could be just dead in 15 minutes, in the film, and then that's the entirety of the film. Why Uma Thurman's going after these people? It doesn't have to be like necessarily a chase film. So, which will be sad if that was the case too, because I feel like that would be a poor man's version of a story if they did it that way.
I do agree, in all honesty. But what are you guys saying in the chat? So Will Morris says that I think she'll be good. He would bring her to his level. Maybe, but in all honesty, because I do, when I watch a movie, especially if it's a cerebral one, which Quentin Tarantino's can be, in my opinion, I do focus a little bit more about the script, the chat, what they're saying, and the way that he constructs dialogue. It's very difficult to be able to remember it, get a certain flow to it, and then act it out. I think you do have to have a level of skill to be able to act out a dialogue from Quentin Tarantino. I don't think she'd be able to do it right, in my opinion, but yeah, hopefully she can. If it does happen, all the best to her. I do hope she kills it if it does come to fruition. Who knows? But the Rancho says, Bill's last words, no, you're not a bad person, you're a great person, you're my favourite person, but every now and then you can be a real see you next Tuesday. A brilliant line. I believe so too. Grindhouse, Will Morris says, Pragmagic, Bud stroke Michael Madsen is what he said. Iron Wolf, he loved Planet Terror stroke Death Proof. That is freaking awesome. Yes.
That Grindhouse thing kind of exposed Tarantino to me, because like Robert Rodriguez Death Proof was way better.
Yeah.
Like a million times better. And if you look at that, when I saw that movie,
Death Proof was actually Quentin Tarantino. The Planet Terror was Robert Rodriguez.
And you could totally tell that they were supposed to show that like with the Tarantino one first, because the characters were alive in the Tarantino one instead of they switched it. And I noticed when I first saw that Planet Terror was first, the theater was going ape crap, like laughing their ass off. It was so much fun. And then the Death Proof one, people were actually leaving the theater. And my guess is they flipped the movies, because if it would have shown the Tarantino one first, people would have left before Planet Terror. But that's just my opinion. But you know, it's an asshole opinion. What could I say?
No, it's all good.
But Will Morris, he's got a point. Oh, Steph, Maya's dad is one of the best character actors on the planet. Ethan will get her ready. Uma will get her ready. Yeah.
The thing is, Steph, though, like Tarantino does have a thing where like his actors, like if they don't act properly, it's always, you don't know if it was meant to be like that. Like the way his movies play out, some of the stuff is awkward, right? So if she sucks, which she probably won't suck, and he may just like, hey, that sounds pretty cool. You know, like there's a part where Bud, I don't know if you remember part 2, where his brother Bud was like, well, you know, she deserves to die. And so do we. So we'll just wait and see. Like what the fuck? What? And it just cuts. Like what? And it's all like, so was that on purpose? Was the actor just doing it on the fly? Was he told to do it that way? But it worked. It just worked. It was great.
Yeah.
You know?
Indeed. And to be fair, we could say that with any movie, how much of it was really scripted and how much of it was improvising on the part of the actor and the director. Chris Webb, though, oh my goodness, another super chat, $5. Thank you, my friend. What do you guys think about Quentin had to say? What do you guys think about what Quentin had to say about Bruce Lee in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? So, Quentin Tarantino is standing firm with his portrayal of Bruce Lee in Once Upon a Time, that is seen as quite arrogant, quite up himself, quite know-it-all kind of situation. Bruce Lee's daughter has come out recently again to slam to slam Quentin Tarantino from the comments that he made on the Joe Rogan podcast. He said something along the lines of, you know, I can understand why his daughter is angry with me. I mean, it's effing daughter. Literally is his words there, but everyone else can suck a D word. But he's standing defiant with how he used Bruce Lee and the portrayal of him in Once Upon a Time. What do you guys think to that?
So just because I didn't watch the movie, but for my understanding, did he quote that that's how he thought Bruce Lee was actually in life, or just how he portrayed him as a fictional character for his project? Did he ever clarify that?
He insists it's a fictional character. It's all.
Then I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the beauty about fiction. I mean, you can have like a very horrible character doing wonderful things, and then you can have a very wonderful character doing horrible things. It sucks. Like when it's someone that you idolized, or when it's a great person of history and whatnot. But like, what was it like? Channing Tatum just came out with something on Netflix. It's like America Bro or something like that. It's like, is an animated film about like American presidents with their revolution, and they're like playing beer pong, you know, over the Constitution. I didn't watch it. I saw the trailer. So, but there will be people that would be offended because that's American history, idols, presidents, and so forth like that. Versus, you know, this is the same thing in that aspect. Bruce Lee, people idolize. My brother was I'm a huge Bruce Lee fan, and back in the day. But I'm not going to be butthurt over the fact that, you know, he chose to go a different approach fictionally. You know, now if he came out and said, yeah, this is how he was in real life, I'm like, how do you know this? How is this? Then that's where I would be offended.
Lewis?
I think Adon says it correctly. It bugs to have your idols kind of like mocked. And I think like what he did in the movie was kind of like mocking Bruce Lee. But
Mhm.
then again, he used Bruce Lee's attitude in interviews. So it's kind of like Bruce Lee. And also, like, I think a lot of Bruce Lee fans do Bruce Lee a misservice by making him invincible. Because I don't think Bruce Lee would think of himself as invincible, not from what I've seen. And, you know, because once you think you're invincible, you lose, right?
True.
So I think some of the fans are just blowing Bruce Lee out of proportion. And for a while there, I didn't like Bruce Lee, but then I realized that some of the fans are just cult members, and it's not his fault. They're trying to ban Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in China because Bruce Lee was put in a bad light, which I think his daughter did, was a little weird. I don't approve of that. Good for Tarantino sticking up to that. Tarantino is a guy who killed the bad guy from World War II, which I won't mention because you get demonetized. The guy with the dumb mustache, the funny mustache. He killed him in one of his movies. So yeah, don't worry about it. Bruce Lee's not gonna lose a fight to friggin' what's his name? What's the guy's name in the movie?
It was the Brad Pitt character.
Brad Pitt's not gonna beat Bruce Lee. Okay, so relax. It's all good. Maybe he was to be a fighter. You got to be a little arrogant, man. You got to be sure of your shit. You're gonna get your ass kicked.
I mean, we've seen plenty of fighters like that. Where, like
some of them
through
win,
history.
some of them lose. Yeah. So yeah, Bruce Lee was probably proud. Fine. No, that's up for me. If he's proud, if he's a little arrogant, why not? Be a little arrogant, man. You can't be too timid, because I've seen those kids with those black belts are really timid and respectful, and they get their ass kicked the first street fight. So Bruce Lee, he knows his stuff, then hey, must have been a little cocky, and that's not a bad thing in my book.
Well, I talked about this actually in my Sunday stream over on my channel, and the way that I see it is very similar to what you guys have said. It's just a movie. It's not a documentary, so he's not claiming that everything that you're seeing in Once Upon a Time is 100% fact. If it was, and it was supposed to show on like a history channel or something, fair enough. Then you're not portraying a historical character in the most accurate sense possible within the medium of a documentary. This is a film. There is such a thing called artistic license. It can be used and it's okay. He's not turned around and said this is historically 100% a representation of what Bruce Lee was like. He's just using artistic license, and there's no harm in doing that. But there you go. Just to, before we get on to the final article of the evening, just to give you guys a nice little friendly reminder, and anyone that's watching that doesn't know, we have a Dan on here, and he has the Nerd Tots channel that you can see on the screen right now. If you haven't done so already, get yourself over, subscribe. Adan, can you explain a little bit more about what you do on this channel and what the friendly peoples out there are to expect from you lovely lot?
Well, right now it's a lot of watch parties, so we got some watch parties of some shows, Loki, Bad Batch, and we're watching Yasuke, the Black Samurai anime on Netflix, and we got some other ones that we're going to be watching shortly after that. And then we have D&D that we do. Right now we are coming up on our mid-season finale for Fool's Bounty, and then we have Rods of Dominion, and we also have some gaming on Wednesday nights and cooking on Saturday afternoons. So we go a little bit all over the place, but it's just for the fun of it. We call it Nerd Tots because we just want to hang out, pop some tarts, and then enjoy the time with everybody else, being nerdy.
Have to admit, I didn't understand what the whole thing of Nerd Tots meant until you explained it to me of what tots are, because we don't say it like that over here. So that was fun. But pie time, cooking with Nerd Tots, guys, where else on the internet are you gonna say pie time other than here? Get yourself on there. Lunch Lady Insane Game Stream, that sounds epic in itself. You've got Star Wars, The Bad Batch Watch Party, episode 10, and your Loki watch parties as well. Adan is really, really up on his anime as well. So if you guys love anime, you definitely want to get your backsides over to Nerd Tots and show him some love. Then we've got Lewis. Nerd Report. Lewis, explain to the lovely peoples out there what you do on your channel, hon.
I think of videos that I'm passionate about. I work my ass off recording them, and then YouTube hides them from the algorithm. That's what I do. I don't care. But anyways, I left the link right there in the description, or in the comments. Sorry, you want to follow Nerd Report. And, this is an extension of the Popcorn Planet family, and a little bit of my flavor as well, a little bit of, some different people as well. And I'm starting to do what I love to do, man. I'm starting to travel a little bit. I got some videos right there from Man Monster in Arizona, which is a convention. Just go live on location, review some stuff, talk about, I have a nice video there. I think it's a nice video about Richard Donner. I spill my guts out. No one got to see it because the algorithm hit it. But if you guys want to check it out after the stream, it'd be good and stuff. And, I've been talking to Stefania about it, and I want to start to maybe open a new channel or a show exclusively concentrating on the horror genre, which I know people like, they either love horror or they don't like it. So I want everyone who loves horror to go in there and join and subscribe and support and stuff like that. And a lot of giveaways coming out pretty soon. And I gotta say, I want to give a shout out to Nicole Bates. Man Monster was the SISHIT.
The shiz.
It's a good thing. The shiz.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome. Lewis was great there. I met Nicole. It's awesome. We talked about it a little bit earlier. She was awesome as well. Love to see people from the community in real life and stuff. And that's what Nerd Report in here is all about. Hooking people up with activities and stuff like that. And that's what I love to do. So I don't know. I talk too much. And I'm looking forward to collaborating with Adon, because Adon's reached out to show me the way of the anime. And I think anime, from what I'm seeing, is blowing up. And I'm not going to knock it until I try it. I'm going to check out anime.
Yes. So like I tested it out with Steph. It was fun. I'm revising things. I'm getting with people. I gotta do a bit of an interview of you, like to get your taste, but I already have something in mind for you. Yeah. So, and then Andy's definitely down. So once I have it a little bit more refined, then I'm going to start doing it again, but it's going to be shortly. I have some plans I'm doing within the couple weeks, so I'm not going to be able to, but I will definitely get back with you, iron it out, and we'll get something going.
And it's exciting times, man, because everything's opening up. Anime's been around for a long time, but now it's hitting the mainstream, and it's exciting times for me because I have not gotten into it, but a lot of people I respect say it's awesome. So I can't wait to check that out. There's a lot of new movies coming out that aren't just superhero movies, and not to say that I'm sick of them, but I want something else. I want to cover. I want
spice it up every now and
then. Once in a while, spice it up, man. Like back in the day, we used to have a variety of stuff. So that it's going to be great. Stefania's channel is blowing up. Andy's channel, man, is getting 70,000 views on some videos here, man. Woof! Great to see him succeeding. So.
Yes, succeeding in the right way, absolutely. Adan, I was Adan's guinea pig for Nerd Tots. He was introducing me to some anime. We saw Corpse Party, which the less said about that the better. But then we saw the first Devilman and then the second one, and we also saw MD Geist as well. And oh my goodness, anime is where the shiz is right now, guys. That was. Oh wow, even now I think about it, and it was just like definitely the visuals in Devilman, the first one, was just absolutely beautiful and stunning. I'll never forget that. Absolutely wonderful. So thank you again for introducing me to that. Definitely a good one there. But I wouldn't be a professional-ish YouTuber of the world these days if I didn't at least show you my little channel as well. Yes, I have my own channel, so if you are new and you liked what you saw and you want to see more of me as well, come on over to Steph the Alternerd, youtube.com/Steph the Alternerd. I do a lot of content on there that I would like to say is a little bit different. I have 2 series, Alter Reality, which is discussing things in movie, cinema, TV series that nearly came to pass. What would have happened in a reality where it did come to pass. I also have Alter Philosophy, where I ethically and philosophically analyse different films, TV shows, characters, and we do a little bit of a deep dive in all of that. The last one that we did was on Britney Spears. Is her father evil? And the most recent Alter Reality episode that came out, it only came out today, the secret Tarantino movie you have not seen. Could it be the secret 10th Tarantino movie? Who knows? So that's just been released today on my Alter Reality series, so go have a gander on that one. And every Sunday I do my Alternerd lives at 7 o'clock. I just talk about the news of the week, we hang out, we shoot the shiz, we have a chat, we have fun along the way, we do a little bit of a dance party, why the hell not, and all that jazz. And whilst Loki's on at the moment, I'm doing watch parties for that, but tomorrow I can't because I'm busy, but there you go. That's me. But I do want to thank everyone that subscribed to all of our channels, that supports us all, that comments, likes, shares. You know, just doing that alone for your favourite YouTubers, it helps so much in terms of helping our channels grow, helping our communities grow. So yeah, big massive thank you to everyone out there that subscribes and supports us. Really do appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. Bunda just caught me eye there. I will say Steph's videos are nice and short, like 'em. I'm nice, I'm short, and I'm to the point. Quite literally as well. I'm like 5'4", a bit of a short ass to be fair, but there you go. But what else are you guys saying? Oh my god, that voice. Yeah, Adan's voice is very sexy right now, isn't it, you guys? Absolutely love it. The one show I'd love to have Steph on my podcast when we start ramping up for the Matrix 4. Hey, hit me up on Twitter, mate. DM me. That'll be cool. Chin Ho Wong. Oh my god, kudos for Steph. Always be here at 3 a.m. for her. Ah, why thank you. Nicole, shout out to Nicole, love you all. You guys are all releasing great content. Oh, thank you. But let's get on to when I bring it up here.
Well, on that note, I am going to have to tap out early tonight.
Sweet.
Yeah, I do. I have a very early day that I'm going to have to do and some other things I'm going to have to take care of. But it was fantastic. I know I kind of interrupted your rhythm, but thank you, everybody. It's been fun. I ended up agreeing with everybody on all the subjects tonight, so it was a good time. And on everything, like we said before, sub to your people that you watch, and you know, if you're already subbed, give them a like. And we forgot Nuke the Fridge. If you're not on Nuke the Fridge, check that out too. You know, Lewis has another project there. So definitely check them out there. Everybody, it's been a blast. I'll catch you later.
Oh, see you later, Dan. Thank you very much for stopping by, mate. See you on Thursday if you're around.
Yep. Bye.
Later, dude.
Bye.
All right.
That was nice of him to drop by.
Yeah, absolutely. Dan is one of like the OGs. Always has Andy's back. wonderful, genuine, loyal friend. That's what you want around your orbit, the kind of people you'd want. But just going on to be fair, let me go back here and go back to your chat. Mike Johnson, love you all, enjoy your channel, thank you. Chin Ho Wong, thank you all for content. Without Andy here, much appreciated. Well, the show must go on, and to be fair, he still trusts us with looking after his channel whilst he's on holiday. Hopefully he's still got a channel to come back to when he comes back on Sunday. Fingers crossed. But keep it coming with the super chats. Let's show that we'll still support Andy even if he's not around, to still help support him and help him out and make his channel bigger and better than ever. Remember what he says, 2 drink minimum, you guys. So keep them coming. We'll do an Ask Me Anything. So ask us anything. As long as you super chat it, any question, it will be answered. No matter how dodgy, can be answered. Why the heck not? Let's open up those gates and see what happens. So have a great night, Adan, Nicole says. Thank you, Adan. Chin Ho Wong. Nicole Bates, Steph, love the bangs, my darling. Oh, why, thank you. But I need to go back to the hairdressers because I'm having to put them to the side now because it's grown too long and it's going into my eyes and I don't like that. So I'll be going back this weekend and getting it again. Funny pump, Lewis voice with Adan's voice equals Stefania's voice, lol. Ooh, so I'm an amalgamation of your voice and Adan's sexy voice.
Wow.
I can get down with that.
Interesting.
So let's get on to the final topic of the evening. This is from Galliot Productions, who super chatted earlier on, so thank you very much for this. You sent me quite a few articles, but this is the one that caught my eye. Tamura Morrison confirms 4 directors for the Book of Boba Fett. Yep. So let's read through this article. I've not read through the article. I just saw the title of it and I just thought, ooh, Star Wars, Boba Fett. Hell yeah, I'm on board. So what does it say? Last year, Lucasfilm revealed that the Book of Boba Fett will be the first spin-off series from The Mandalorian. Director Robert Rodriguez is guiding the series, which features Morrison reprising his role as Boba Fett. There's 3 Mandalorian directors that'll be joining them on the show. Regardless, Morrison confirmed the director lineup during a new interview with Express. He says, "We've got some great directors on board," said Morrison. "There's Robert Rodriguez, there's Jon Favreau, Bryce Dallas Howard is coming back, and Dave Filoni." And Morrison also singled out Favreau for praise. He says, "John has come up with some magical formulas. I think we're blessed in the way Favreau has all that Marvel experience, so we know where these storylines go. Let's see what happens." Yeah, it's wonderful that Disney has enough money in their pockets to buy Marvel so that this crossover can actually somehow happen. Hey up, just like the crossover that's going to be happening tomorrow with The Simpsons and Loki. That's going to happen. It's like a mini episode that's coming out on Disney Plus, so stay tuned for that. However, Morrison indicated that there hasn't been any discussions with Lucasfilm about potential season 2, which, to be fair, season 1 hasn't even been shown yet.
No.
Like, why would you even be discussing season 2? Like, come on, that's a bit too far in the future. They'll probably want to test the waters first. There's been no talk about it, noted Morrison, which, again, that makes sense. And that is it for that particular article. So I suppose going back to yourself, Lewis, how much do you know about The Mandalorian? Like, have you been watching it at all, or
I
in
think
on
I
it?
know pretty much everything there is to know about Mandalorian. I've watched every single episode.
Okay. So how do you feel with those directors coming back?
The news is kind of a nothing burger.
Mhm.
It's expected. It's more of the same, but that's good because the first two seasons were good, so they're getting the same people from Mandalorian to do Boba Fett, so it should be good. But so the book of Boba Fett and the Mandalorian, it's kind of the same thing. It's starting to look like the same thing. They're both Mandalorians, so I don't know. I don't know what's gonna go on here. I'm gonna watch it, of course, because they've been doing a good job. And stuff like that, but it's good to see Robert Rodriguez in there. I think he's a good director. That's a little different, even though he did direct one episode of season 2. But Jon Favreau, I mean, we kind of knew he was part of it. Bryce Dallas Howard, all of them are really good choices to keep going with.
Well, the other thing as well, in regards to all of this, is something that you actually brought up in a video towards the end of June, which everyone is seeing on their screen right now. It's from Lewis's Nerd Report. Boba Fett's ship gets a new name. Slave 1 considered offensive. Lewis, I mean, not to go into the video in its entirety, so, people go on there and check it out. In a nutshell, what the hell is going on with Boba Fett's ship name?
I don't know if it's considered offensive anymore. I think it's not really outrage. If you look at the thing in a sensible way, it's really the reason people are upset at this, or at least I can be upset at it, is because we Star Wars fans would like more of the focus to be on good storytelling, and we don't, this was not our priority. Like, no one was like, man, I really wish they changed the name of Boba Fett's ship, and it just redirects resources over there to calling Lego and asking them to change the name, which, believe me, everything is calculated. It's very calculated. Someone actually was told to do that. So if people are offended, then yes, it's a good choice to change the name. I've never met anyone who was offended of it, but there may be someone who's offended at it. That's on them. If it does hurt people, the name Slave 1, then I think it needs to be changed. That being said, could you concentrate on making good movies and planning out your trilogies? Because I think this would be a non-issue if the sequel trilogy kicked ass, or I should say chewed bubblegum and kicked ass like Roddy Piper did in They Live. And it didn't do that. It left a bad taste in people's mouth. So it's just the focus needs to be on other things, not changing the name of Boba Fett ship. But I will say this, StarWars.com, I believe it's still called the Slave 1. So I don't know what that means.
Well, you might. I've not done this on purpose, guys. The first, because I've paused your video, but as I've paused it, you need to look at it right now. How your face is paused.
No, I see it. It looks great.
Chin Ho Wong says that's a WWE face, Louis. I'm not. I seriously, I was just like, I started it and then I just paused it straight away, and that's just like a picture perfect face. Do you know what? I'm actually gonna screenshot that actually. And
I saw the story on Twitter on Saturday, or was it last week? And I was one of the first people to post it. And then, YouTube being YouTube, they didn't show anyone the video. So it is what it is. Maybe the thumbnail wasn't great, the title wasn't great, but I think everything's in the title to search in the engine, for the search engines to pick it up. But what can we do, man? Bottom line is, I want good Star Wars, but they're concentrating right now on changing names of ships, and that's what it looks like. I mean, but
the thing is, the term of slave is a term used in computer technology. So the technical definition of it is it's a model of communication for hardware devices where one device has unidirectional control over one or more devices. This is often used in the electronic hardware space where one device acts as the controller, whereas the other devices are the ones being controlled. So there's so that you've got the master device that's the master of all the computers around it. The computers around it that it controls are called the slaves. So there is technological terms here that are attributed to Slave One, but it's like, I can understand why people are getting offended, but it's like, are we taking this too far?
Are people getting offended though? I don't know. I want to see. I don't doubt it, but is it preemptive? I thought Boba Fett's ship, man, is a personality within itself. The Slave One, it's like, man, when that thing showed up in the second season of Mandalorian, I pooped my pants, man. Like that ship is a character in Star Wars. It's a Slave One.
Yeah.
By calling it Boba Fett's ship, it's just Starship or whatever. It's kind of like cheapens it in my mind. But you know what? I gotta be honest with you, Stefania. I'm about to just get the 4K unaltered version of the films, which are out there somewhere. Someone went ahead and did a 4K unaltered of the original, and get all three movies, put them behind me, the original theatrical version, and call it a day for Star Wars. I think it's getting to the point where like I'm not really excited about this stuff.
Oh, dude, you need to hook me up with those versions when you get them. I'll be like, Cooey Lewis, remember your favourite English lass from across the pond?
Star Wars has such rich in tradition. It's American history. It's British history. I mean, it bonded our two nations together. I mean, there's a lot. Every time there was a premiere for Star Wars movies, the first time I ever met people from England, they were there in Hollywood. We're here to see Star Wars. It was like the first, like, I met Brits, and it was because the films are very Britishy. You know what I mean? And it was like a event that everyone got together to watch. And to know that they did not plan out the sequel trilogy is just like, what the hell, man? Like, you don't do that on the fly. I'm just saying, even if you liked it, it's like, it could have been better. It could have been better. And stuff. And I don't know what to tell you guys.
But, in terms of you guys, oh my goodness, we've got a big major super chat from Chris Webb, $10, showering us with the dollar bills. He says, I never super chat this much. I'm just really enjoying the conversation. Oh, thank you. I was so excited about Book of Boba Fett, but after everything that has happened since, I find myself very trepidatious about this show. Do you know what? I don't have any expectations either way about it. I'm kind of like meh on the Book of Boba Fett because it's a spin-off and it's within the Mandalorian world and it's like the first spin-off, let's say. I'm thinking, I'll just take it as it comes and see what happens. I've learnt from the Marvel series, just don't have any expectations and you won't get disappointed. Mephisto will not happen. It will not come.
Let me ask the Mandalorian fans in the chat, search your feelings. Be honest with yourself. Mandalorian was good. But when you saw the end scene where Boba Fett goes to Jabba's palace and they shoot Bib Fortuna and he just goes ahead and sits there and then the lady sits next to him, that was a lot of cheese, man. So that was cheesy as hell. I don't know where they could go from there, but it was fun. I thought it was funny. And then I think it can be good, but it also can't be good. I don't know. Like, what did he do? He just took over Jabba's palace. Now he is a Fett or the head gangster. Kind of weird story, plot there or establishment. He's on Tatooine now, which is where Mando was. So it's kind of like a redundant to Mandalorian. I don't want to be a naysayer. I want it to be good. Star Wars is my jam, but let's keep the expectations. What do you guys think?
Well,
I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
I do like Star Wars.
Yes.
Am I a fan of Star Wars? Yes. Am I a proper 100% follower, knows everything, is completely devoted to Star Wars? No. And I'll be very honest with that. So with that being said, if you guys in the chat just treat me as just an everyday normie that knows about Star Wars, seen all the films, likes them, likes Mandalorian, doesn't like all the films, I should correct myself there. Episodes 7, 8 and 9 can kiss my British white backside. But word
Did
from
you
it
say
just
British
comes out.
white backside?
Yes.
I never heard that.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah, you're big.
My-
You're back, not big. I don't know if it's big.
Backside.
I've never seen it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so all right, let me explain then. It backside means butt, ass,
yeah.
bottom.
I got that.
Okay, and I just said white because I'm white.
Yeah. But I've never heard British people refer to themselves as white. I've never heard that before. It's weird.
Oh.
I never have.
I just used it as a descriptive tool, so you have a nice little image in your head now of my big British white backside. There you go.
I
You
didn't
only
say it was
get
big.
that.
I don't know. I never seen you. So
Hey, I've gained weight. I bought some jeans past week, and I've gone from a size 10 to size 12.
is it in the right places? Because
Oh yeah, it's just more of it, love.
Good.
I was born to eat. I'm Italian.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. You know, I was raised.
I
I
know
was
what's
raised
up. I
on
know what's up.
pasta, pizza, and all the freaking carbs you can think of, dude.
You got to be careful because Bunda is gonna get excited there.
Oh well, yeah. Easily excited, but there you go, Bunda. We adore you, mate. But anyway, I digress. Treat me as just a normie Star Wars kind of fan. Yeah, appreciate Star Wars. Fan, but not like a big major fan that knows the ins and outs of Star Wars lore, right? For me, Book of Boba Fett, nice thing to have, but I'm not that excited about it. I don't know the lore deep enough for me to be excited about it. Will I watch it? Yeah, because I'm intrigued about it, but am I that excited that with a lot of people who are? No, but that's okay
It
as
just
well.
seems like the Boba Fett character has evolved ever since Mandalorian. In my opinion, he seems more like the guy that would go into Jabba's palace, knock off, kill Bib Fortuna, and then steal the merchandise and whatever their money is, right? And then leave.
Mm.
But it seemed like he took over the palace. So I don't know what's going to happen from there. Because the Hutts are the ones that control all the gangsters, I guess. And unless something has changed, I don't know.
And he just becomes like one of those warlords kind of things.
He becomes a warlord. Yeah, like he becomes like Don Corleone. That's who he is. That's who Jabba the Hutt is. Don Corleone.
Star Wars answer to Don Corleone. Okay,
Yes.
I get that reference. Will Morris, Steph explains it all. I get that reference to Clarissa explains it all. I used to love that show when I was younger. Nickelodeon back in the day, 90s Nickelodeon. Hell yes, you are speaking my language. And Lewis, the Rancho, explains it as, it's just like saying my big American Latino ass.
Yes, I get it.
Yeah. Well, there you go. But 5-minute warning, we will be signing off shortly. So if anyone has any questions that they would like to ask either myself or Lewis, anything at all, super chat them over and we will answer them. Vito, is Andy dead? Yes. No.
Vito, yes, he is. We are celebrating his life.
Yes.
Gotcha.
No, Andy is on holiday all this week in DC, and he thought it was fitting and giving us the responsibility of looking after his channel whilst he's away. He thought it was the best idea in the whole wide world. Who knew? So yes, this Thursday there'll be another Popcorn Planet live as ever, and you will be seeing myself, Lewis, and all the regulars chatting about all things pop culture, shooting the shiz, having a laugh, chilling out, chatting just like we did today. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of that one, Vito. And as I said before, and I'll say it again, hopefully Andy will have a channel to come back to and that we haven't completely destroyed it and blown it to smithereens. But there you go, Vito. And Vito's like, LOL. Oh my goodness. But yes, yeah, 5-10 minute warning, guys. If you've got any questions that you'd like to ask either myself or Lewis, super chat them in. But let us go on to I know it's not something that you're interested in, Lewis. Actually no, let's go on to this one instead. So let me just double check. There we go. So whilst you're on your 5-10 minute warning, we will sign out with this article, which is actually quite funny. Chris Pratt says he once blacked out on Ambien and challenged Dave Bautista to wrestle him. It's like, what the deuce? So he said that Chris Pratt is avoiding sleep aids after a mortifying text exchange with Dave Bautista. So he was appeared on the Late Late Show on Thursday night to promote his new sci-fi action movie, The Tomorrow War, which go on over to, again, Lewis's channel on the Nerd Report, because
I have a review of it.
You have a review of it. The actor spoke about his high school wrestling team experience, going to WrestleMania in Seattle and tussling with his brother for no less than 6 or 7 hours in their living room when they were growing up. And after Pratt finished, Corden suggested that he'd absolutely love to wrestle the actor, to which Pratt responded, "I know what that means and I appreciate it, so thank you, because I'd like to wrestle you too." Ooh, getting a little bit handsy there. But that's when Chris Pratt told him about the story with Batista. What he nearly did due to a bad experience with a sleeping pill. He says, "There was a moment in my life where I would take sleep aids to help me sleep, and I don't anymore because of things like this." He said he'd text people while on Ambien and blackout, waking up the next day with no memory of the messages he'd sent. And that happened with him and Batista, who approached him the next day to ask about the text you sent last night. That sounds pretty ominous, doesn't it? He goes, "You don't remember?" Replacing Batista's voice and laugh. He says, "When he walks out, I was like, why did I text him? And I look at my phone and it's a text like this long. It was like, Dave, I want to wrestle. I want to wrestle you." Pratt continued, "No one needs to know, but I just want to know. I think I could take you. I think I can wrestle you, bro, like collegiate rules. No elbows, no knees. I want to feel the power." I'm sorry, but this is getting a little bit sexual here in my mind. And Pratt admitted he was mortified and said that Batista would kill him in a match. Hell yes. Corden says, "I fancy your chances against a lot of people, but you should never ever wrestle him ever. So, to Lewis and the rest of the chat, if there was a wrestling match between Chris Pratt and Dave Batista, who would you put your hard-earned dollar bills on?
If it's WWE style, Batista, of course.
Mhm.
And I just want to say, I love Batista. I love both guys. Both guys are class X.
Mhm.
I don't know what Chris's fighting level is, but there's a video of Batista fighting an MMA fighter, and let me just say that MMA fighter looks like he ate butterbean. All right, he looks fat as hell and out of shape. That MMA fighter gave Batista all he could handle. There's a real fight out there, ladies and gentlemen. MMA Batista on YouTube. Check it out. He doesn't look good fighting. He looks great in shape, but I don't know. It's a difference, but I would say I don't want them to fight. I like both actors, and I like Chris a lot after the Tomorrow War. I like that movie, and I gotta say, Batista after Army of the Dead, I like what he did, man. He's a good actor, regardless of what you think of the movie. His parts, he delivered them very well. His acting skills are really, really good. He was given a lot of one-on-one with the camera and other actors.
Let me just rewind a little bit. That fight between Batista and the MMA fighter, who won?
Batista, but man, that guy was a taxi driver, bro. Like that guy was awful. That guy was awful. He was like this big guy who was giving Batista. I think they stopped it quick, man. It was just bad. It was bad.
Did Butterbean survive?
It wasn't Butterbean. It was another guy that looked like Butterbean's a fat fighter.
Okay.
But Butterbean is actually that guy's really tough. That example, but there was a Batista fought MMA. If you guys look for it, Batista MMA fight, you guys could probably Google it. Steph, actually, why don't we do this? Don't play it, but just show the guy. I'm not sure if you get dinged for it. Maybe if you want to pause it, I'll give you the link.
Yeah.
So you get kind of like a visual example of the guy he fought. And if you're having trouble with this guy, I don't know. Did you see that?
Let's have a look. Hang on.
And Will Morris is asking, whatever happened to Butterbean? Butterbean kind of still fights kickboxing and stuff like that. Oops. You're showing the screen right there. Nothing bad.
Oh, no. I've paused it now. So let's go on to the article screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my, yeah.
Yeah, if you're struggling against that guy, then you're not really. I mean, look, here's the deal. It's a different sport. Bodybuilding, WWE, those guys are very well skilled. But if you're an MMA guy only, then, you're an MMA guy only. You have no business. Yeah. This went the distance and he was struggling,
Over 12 million views, though.
Yeah,
Damn, you guys wanted to see this fight. This would probably break all the Paul brother Mayweather
Chin-Ho
fight
Wan.
records.
Chin-Ho Wan says Batista's been fighting street fights since teen, man. MMA is a piece of cake for him. No. Sorry. With all due respect, a guy in the street eating Cheetos on his day off has no business against an MMA fighter who kicks the bag 300 times a day. I go with the MMA guy. Street fighters, people that, with all due respect, people that say that are street fighters is just code word for I can't fight. That's my sport. MMA is my sport, baby.
But the thing is, right, with how do I put this? Sorry, I've lost my train of thought. Screw that. It's 4:30 in the morning. Screw you all.
It's all good.
Hang on. I saw a message as well. Oh, Chin-Ho Wong. I'll go on to this message instead. I put Andy over Lewis in a WWE match.
Andy beats me for sure. Look, first of all, yeah, I have my opinions about MMA and everything, but everyone on this panel, everyone in the comments could kick my ass. I know that for sure.
But with that being said, we're going to end it here. It's half past 4 in the morning. I'm going to get some kip. I'd like to thank Lewis.
You're going to eat cake?
Kip.
Oh, okay.
Kip as in a little bit of sleep.
Oh, okay. I got to get that one. I'm going to add that one to my
Yeah. Bit of kip, KIP. Just means a bit of sleep. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Get a bit of shut eye before I wake up properly for work later on today. But thank you very much to Lewis for co-hosting with me. If you like this and you want to see more, of course, subscribe to our channels. I'm Steph the Alter Nerd. Lewis is Nerd Report and Nuke the Fridge. Do have to remember that sometimes. Sorry, mate. I always just think Nerd Report for you.
Yeah, I usually nuke the fridges for my studio stuff. So you'll see a lot of interviews with. Actually, I have an interview with Dave Batista there. Don't tell him that I don't think he's a good MMA fighter, though. Please don't.
Yeah, keep that secret, guys. But no, thank you very much for being my co-host. You'll catch us again on Thursday. Again, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Google to find out what that is in your own time zone, because time zones for me are an absolute bugger, you guys. But yes, you can catch us on Thursdays. Also, again, big shout out to Adan for joining us earlier on from Nerd Talks. Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone that kept us company, that super chatted. Thank you very much for your generosity, that cash apped earlier on when Andy was around. Thank you very much. But that is it. If you were lucky enough to see this live on the replay, thank you very much for joining us. If you want to see it on the replay, become a member. Here are some videos you may enjoy in the meantime. Till next time, you guys, though. Laters.
Later.